Gummibärchen. Haribo, mach kinderfroh. No, I'm not advertising for them, guys. Just showing off. Welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker. I'm a tarot reader and an astrologer. Hello new subscribers, hello returning subscribers. I am super happy to see that our soul family is growing. I'm super excited to be creating these readings for you guys, and I'm beyond the moon thrilled that you are enjoying the content on this channel. Today, I was a little bit forgetful. It is true. I'm really sorry. I had a lot of personal readings and a bit of a hectic schedule this week with a lot of things happening in my personal life. So I kind of forgot that we reached 35K and I needed to organize a giveaway. If you're new to this channel, just so you know, every time we reach a subscriber's milestone, I create a video that has a giveaway attached to it. So right on the last leg of us turning almost 36K, I decided to create this giveaway reading for the 35K mark. Sorry if this is confusing. I don't intend it to be so. Just so you know, if you listen to this PickACard reading, you can also sign up for a giveaway. That's basically the gist of it all. And I'm really happy that I remembered this. Thank you so much, guys, for your support, for your comments. You can also easily find me on Instagram. I tend to post there on a more frequent basis because, I can quickly share with you guys an image, or I can put a story in a much quicker fashion than the time and the energy that is required for me to create these readings that are more extensive here on YouTube. So feel free to follow me there. Feel free to subscribe to this channel here. Feel free to also have a look at my community posts. If you would like to get in touch with me for a personal reading, the first link in the description box of each of my videos takes you to my eShop. Please read the contents of that page very carefully. There are many options for you to choose from, and I'm working at the moment to create even more options. I really enjoy doing this kind of work, guys. It's coming from my heart. It's the creation of my heart, reading tarot and doing astrology. And I cannot tell you how almost close to the tears of happiness I am to be able to see that this work helps you and that you're enjoying it and that it inspires you. This is the intention which I create all of my readings. So to cut the long story short, in today's reading, I thought of gearing it towards a topic that is broad enough to please a number of you out there, but also make it quite fun and entertaining. You guys really enjoyed the super detailed future spouse description, but I understand that not everybody might want to get married, People might just want to have a partner in life, and maybe you have been wondering, who would be my ideal partner? What are the astrological placements of this person? How would they be as a character? So in this reading today, I just thought of creating this for you. The details of your ideal partner. This can be your soulmate. This can be your twin flame, which we all know that a twin flame is a higher order romantic soulmate. But it could also be just a person that complements you very well, maybe you've always wondered which astrological sign would fit the most with me, or the best with me. And this is why I wanted to create this reading for you guys today. I have here 5 options for you. I pre-shuffled the oracle cards here. I have some cards from the Numinous astrology deck and the Black Moon astrology oracle, but I will live shuffle, as you guys know, the drill on my channel. I pre-shuffle the oracle cards so we can get swiftly into the reading, but I'll always live shuffle the tarot because I want you guys to participate in the magic. And I will live shuffle in this reading today from the Lightseer's tarot, which I have here, and the White Numen tarot, which I have over there. I was also, thinking about this PickACard reading earlier today while I was doing my daily grocery shopping, and I just randomly felt so drawn towards a pack of Haribo gummy bears. So this is why I thought it would be super fun to give you guys as well a choice of gummy bears today. You have here for group 1 the yellow gummy bear, for group 2 the white gummy bear, for group 3 we have the orange gummy bear, and for group 4 we have the red gummy bear, and last but never least, we have the green gummy bear for group 5. Now there's also a surprise. Behind each of these cards, you will also find a post-it with a song specifically applied to the character of the person you have chosen, of your ideal counterpart. So I'll mention this at your pile as well, but please also watch this reading before or after you have listened to the song. The song's lyrics will tell you more about this person's character and how they are with you. And I specifically chosen 5 interesting songs that would fit 5 very distinct personalities. And now the magic will be in figuring out how those songs, the oracle cards, the gummy bear colors fit with the insights that we get from the tarot. Okay, guys? I'll also pull from these astrological dice for each group to give you just an additional flavor of what lies ahead. Wow, this introduction was long. I'm really sorry about this, but I just felt very chatty today. Maybe it's the sun in Virgo making me be a little bit more communicative. As a Pisces sun, I'm not really that communicative, but I go through periods when I open up more. One final thing I need to say is that in order to enter the giveaway, all you need to do is, the usual, like or dislike this video, subscribe in my family, and please leave a comment down below. This is how I can actually tell you if you've won or not. And the topic of the comment should be, what do you think I should talk about in my upcoming Spiritual Social podcast? Yes, guys, it's coming up. I feel super inspired to debut a podcast. This has been something that has been on my mind, and we talked about this on my Instagram. And it's going to take place on my other channel. The twin channel to the Spiritual Social is another channel called Spiritual Soulscapes, where I upload meditations and soothing affirmations. But I think in the future on Spiritual Soulscapes, which is also linked in the description box below, I am also going to upload PickACard readings in Romanian because there has been a demand for that. As you guys know, I'm Romanian. Romanian is my native language. And I will also upload these podcasts that I will create. And as soon as a new moon appears on the landscape, I'll debut this podcast. So looking forward to the new moon of this month. Okay, guys. So without further ado, I'm super excited to be seeing you at your piles. I'm sending you so much love. Bye. Hey group 1. Hey guys, I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome to a PickACard reading on the topic of your ideal partner. Keep in mind, this doesn't have to be necessarily somebody you marry. This is somebody that you just might fit very well with, okay? So this is for those of you that were drawn to the yellow gummy bear. I have here your oracle cards pre-shuffled. I'm going to live shuffle now from the white Numen tarot, and as I live shuffle to try to find out the characteristics of your ideal partner, keep in mind this is a giveaway as well. For a chance to win one of the 3 quick spreads from the divine that I have to offer you, please like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below on the topic of what should I be talking in the Spiritual Social podcast that is coming up soon on my channel. Well, actually, it's not on this channel. It's going to be on the twin channel called Spiritual Soulscapes, which is linked down in the description box below. Okay, so if you went ahead and did that, let's find out who is this ideal counterpart. Okay, we're gonna start off first with your oracle cards. I have the tarot cards over here, and I'm also gonna give you a song. Yes, for this reading, I also have a song that if you listen to the lyrics of that song, you will find out more details about your ideal partner. You got the National, Brainy. So really, really interesting insight. You also have the yellow gummy bear, which kind of talks about the solar plexus, confidence. Brainy is a song that talks about an individual that is stimulated by you mentally. This is somebody that enjoys thinking, somebody that likes to run away with their thoughts from time to time. This can also be a professor, a teacher, somebody that is in higher education, somebody that constructed their whole life around their capacity to teach, to think, to get lost in thought. You know, they could write for a living, they could do research, they could go over mountains of big data. This is an individual that is using their mind to earn their living. We also have here your oracle cards, which is Pisces, the mystic. And the keywords are imaginative, compassionate, healing, empathetic, mystical, adoring, magical, allowing, dreamy, ephemeral, enigmatic, spiritual, emotional, escapist, impractical. Oceanic, self-pitying, and illogical. So we get a mixture of both worlds, both this person's defects and also their qualities. And then we also have here Chiron. This is the asteroid that represents wounded healing. He used to be the teacher of Hercules, and he was a centaur, part of a group of centaurs that are very proud and willful, but he was the one that got shot by an arrow. He pulled it out of his foot, but eventually, well, of his hoof, more like it, but eventually could not mend that wound, and he died due to that wound. But in the meanwhile, as he was suffering from that wound that he could not heal, he managed to heal other people through the power of his mind and his teachings. So a really, really interesting perspective there. An individual that is both highly intelligent, mystical, but also a little bit of a healer. So this can also be a person that works in spirituality. This could be a person that has studied divinity studies, for example, and is now teaching about ancient folklore, mythology, and the religions of the world. Now, let's dive into your tarot cards because they are really interesting. So we have here the Seven of Swords. This is a person that doesn't always play fairly. And hear me out. I don't think that they don't play fairly because they enjoy the act of lying. I think that this person fibs without realizing most of the time. This is an individual that sometimes likes to create a reality that does not fit with the actuality of what is in front of them. And they tend to believe that their imaginary world is the reality. So this person from time to time could project some of their fantasies onto you. And again, if you listen to the song by The National, Brainy, it's a lot about a person that is trying to subtly kind of manipulate you, 444, into going on a trip with them, you know, going back home with them. So there is a feeling here that this person could use their words, and this person is a wordsmith, yeah? So they're highly intelligent. They could use poetic expressions. They could quote from Shakespeare. This person has like an encyclopedic mind, yeah, super intelligent. When you will talk to them, you will understand how cultured they are. You will genuinely be impressed by how much they know, and also how they are able to pinpoint certain parts of the conversation based on the facts that they have gathered in their mind. So you will be really enamored by this person's gift of gab, by the way in which they choose the words that they use, by the polite and measured, harmonious tone that they will have. This is a person that doesn't need to raise their voice to get you to do what they want you to do. They can just subtly suggest it. We also have here the Five of Pentacles. This person is going to teach you how to let go of victimizing yourself. I feel that your ideal counterpart is helping you get rid of a lack mentality. You could already be working with the law of prosperity, and you could be thinking about how to think more positively in my life. But I still see that there might be some hangups here financially in your lives, which are connected to the fact that you don't really know exactly your worth and how to value yourself. Well, this individual, your ideal partner, is going to help you understand your worth. It's going to help you overcome this Five of Pentacles. I do need to say a word of caution as well. Be mindful that you are not manipulated by this intelligent. I'm also getting that your ideal partner is somebody slightly older than you. I feel like you, if you chose group 1, my yellow gummy bears, You guys are drawn to experience, to wisdom. You like a person that is knowledgeable, that is older, that has a sense of, I've been through life, you know, I can teach you a couple of things. So if I wanted to say kid, you know, you know, like Humphrey Bogart used to say, and how he used to call Lauren Bacall in old-fashioned movies. So yeah, there could be this feeling of the apprentice and, you know, the teacher, you know, the disciple. We have here as well the High Priestess. Yeah, you're an eager beaver. You want to learn. You're very curious about the occult. You're very curious about the world in general. What lies inside our bodies? What is the cosmos made of? How are crystals actually working? How is society working? You know, where do all of the institutions that we have created throughout years, where do they emerge from? What is God? Why are we here? What is the meaning of life? Oh, sorry. So the dahlias are participating in your reading as well. But you know, purple is the color of the higher mind. It used to be imprinted on the cloak of certain priesthood orders, and I think it still is. I think in the Vatican they still use it as a marker to differentiate the higher orders of the priests that work there. And I feel that, you know, the High Priestess sends me this energy of somebody clad in purple, somebody that is really interested in the higher teachings, higher knowings, a person that enjoys spending a lot of time in the library. You know, you might enjoy old-fashioned alcoves, you might enjoy museums, you know, you are drawn to these artifacts that are representing parts of culture and civilization and the evolution of the human thought. And this person is the gatekeeper, and that's why you will feel so drawn to this individual. We have here as well the Chariot, but it is blocked. So interestingly, the Chariot blocked tells me that this person is rather passive, and it doesn't surprise me. This is an individual that most likely engages with other human beings from the comfort of their study room, right? So they could have an office and they allow visitors and students and postgraduate students to come and see them. Or they are a writer and they communicate mostly with people when they go on a book tour, right? After they completed their masterpiece. This is a person that can spend a lot of time indoors collecting facts. The Seven of Swords in this reading is really interesting, but you know, this is the card of the thief in the night or in broad daylight, which is even more shameful, right? Or shameless in this case. You have no shame if you steal something in broad daylight. But in this case, I feel like this is a person that likes to collect facts or interesting expressions from other people's books or from, you know, the things that they immerse themselves in, and then they put them all together. That's how their creativity works. They put them all together and they create something new with the associations of other people's minds. So it's kind of like how academic work is being produced, you know, standing on the shoulder of giants. So in order for you to create your own opus, your own work, you have to actually borrow some knowledge or digest some knowledge from your predecessors. That's how knowledge is created. And I think that, yeah, I think that you guys could be at times put off by this person's passivity, but at the same time, this is a person that's very reliable. You always know where to find them. You always know that they might go through these periods of being a bit like a hermit. I'm surprised that the Hermit card didn't pop up. But we do have here the Three of Wands. So this person travels a lot, and it wouldn't surprise me because this fits very well with this description of the professor, the researcher, the writer, you know, a person that contributes to the cultural creation of society. And I feel that this person from time to time needs to go, you know, in field work to collect data, or they need to go to lecture in certain parts of the world. They might need to work as part of a group of a researcher someplace else where they are based, and they could also go on tours, right, to teach, to lecture, to present their work. I also have here the Devil. Ooh, so in the bedroom, this person is really traditional. The Devil talks about the person that is quite likes to be in control in the bedroom, is quite lusty. And it wouldn't surprise me because I feel that this person on their daily basis, you know, they like to be in their mind and they repress a lot of their other aspects, their physicality. This is not a person that relies on their looks to make their living, and nor do they feel that it's important to work out. Yeah. This is an individual that nonetheless has some very deep desires. They're very passionate about what they believe in. Yeah. And because of that, I feel that you will exert a certain amount of really like sexy fascination onto them. I'm trying to find the right words, because the high priestess with the devil is kind of like you're a little bit unapproachable, or there is something a little bit forbidden about this connection. And it could be related to an age difference, or it could be related to a professional conflict of interest due to the fact that potentially you guys, majority of you that chose this group, could be drawn to this kind of teacher-disciple dynamic, right? So for example, you could be finishing your postgraduate degree or PhD, and this could be your supervisor. So you're having lusty thoughts about your supervisor, yeah? And again, go back to the song. It's called Brainy for a specific reason, yeah? So this is about being a little bit of a smart ass. We have here 7 of Wands. Now, I do think that your ideal partner stimulates a part of yourself that likes to fight for your person. This can be a bit strange, because you might be thinking, do people really like to fight for their lover? Some of them do. If you have Mars in the 7th house, you naturally initiate a relationship. You naturally take the lead in any situation, but you might not be aware of this because the 7th house is the house of our shadow zone. Or if you have a lot of Aries placements in your chart, as a woman, you do tend to be the one that decides what goes and what doesn't, that, you know, jumps on the person's laps and tells them, I want you, you know? So this is that kind of energy, standing your ground, being confrontational. This also speaks, you know, when I see this card in combination with the High Priestess and the 7 of Swords, this talks about academic debates, you know, those really interesting clashes where people in a very polite, restrained, calmed manner have at each other's throats by using very clever and intelligent words. So yeah, I generally see you guys having these really interesting intellectual debates that will actually mirror a little bit the lusty undertones, you know? So you could have a discussion about this person regarding the meaning of life and who was right, the Bible or the Quran, for example, and then you might pick at each other's clothes and have passionate sex on the desk. So there is a feeling here that, yeah, there's a very lusty undertone. And I also feel that you guys are equals in some way. This person, even though you might be younger than them, because I feel there is this age difference with this group, this person does see you as an equal mentally or spiritually. There is something about you, by the way you pick up on certain details, by the way you disagree, you know? Dissent can be quite sexy, you know, being a little bit rebellious. The fact that you're able to think for yourself is what this person finds attractive. And be careful as well, because they find your lack of confidence from time to time sexy as well. Okay, so this can easily turn into something toxic. And yeah, my throat chakra for a second kind of clenched. It can turn into something toxic where this person can use their mental power and their subtle manipulation tactics to keep you in a state of low self-worth in order to indulge their desires, okay? So be mindful of this. Forearmed is forewarned is forearmed. I really need to stop saying that expression because I can't say it properly, so I'm really sorry, guys. Also, it doesn't make much sense. Like, where are you going to get your forearms? Is it talking about the arms or about, like, you know, guns? I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense to me. So I'm gonna drop that expression, put it in the bin. Okay, so I feel that we covered most of the things that I had here. You have your song, you have your gummy bear. Make sure to comment down below and let me know what topics should I be talking about in my spiritual podcast for a chance to enter my giveaway. Like this video, dislike it if you haven't enjoyed it, okay? Purchase a flower, make your life beautiful, and I hope to see you in my next on Group 1. Ciao. Hey group 2, hello my loves, I'm so happy to have you here with me. Welcome to a PickACard reading on the topic of your ideal partner. This doesn't have to be somebody you marry, this can just be somebody that you might fit very well with, somebody that just complements you, kind of like maybe a soulmate or somebody that is just like your other counterpart, not even your better half because you're already pretty awesome on your own, but it's more like having a person that you fit very well with, that you would flow very well with. So we have a lot of things for you today. I have here your white gummy bear. Yeah. I also have here your oracle cards, and I have a song for you. And I'm going to pull some cards from the Lightseer's Tarot for you. Okay, so let's pull the cards. And as I'm shuffling the cards, please, I would like to remind you to enter my giveaway. For a chance to win one of my 3 quick spreads from the divine, please like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what should be the topic of my spiritual social podcast. What kind of things should I talk about during my podcast? This is going to take place on my other channel, the twin channel to the spiritual social, which is Spiritual Soulscapes. This is weird. I'm not very good at doing 2 things at the same time. I'm not a Gemini, guys, so you know the drill. But I do have your cards right here. Before I get into your tarot, I want to give you the song. So we have here Mansion Air. This is your song, We Could Leave. The song is linked down below next to your choice of a pile. And please listen to this song either before or after your reading, because it will give you more details regarding the characteristics of your ideal partner. I specifically chose the songs in this way so that the lyrics kind of tell you more about this person's way of being. Yeah. And now your oracle cards are the Numinous, mystery, and something really weird happened, but I did not realize that there was some sort of like coal. I think it was from my eye crayon on the table, and when I pulled it, you see these 3 lines, almost like a claw, appeared on the Numinous. So this is fascinating. I'm already getting that, you know, your future partner is somebody really interesting. Let's find out. The keywords for the Numinous card are the unknown, the unknowable, ESP, psychic abilities, the cosmos, universal truth, oneness, source, the unnameable, shadow work, inner knowing, tingling, ghosts, other worlds, space, enigmas, the occult, intuition. No wonder that we almost had this entity coming here and expressing itself in this kind of almost like a panther, you know, a panther or a tiger. Your other oracle card is Jupiter, abundance. So this can be a Jupiter dominant individual. This is great. This is making me feel much more relaxed, because in everything where Jupiter is involved, usually the situation has a saving grace. The energy is not that negative. Jupiter is always a blessing. It's a protector. Even in our solar system, Jupiter is protecting the Earth from being pummeled by comets due to its sheer mass. So number 7 as well talks about the spiritual path. Oof, this is a higher order connection, 100%. This is a connection with somebody that feels like a lightning bolt in your life. Okay, so let me show you your tarot cards now. Strength, yeah, talk about a spiritual connection. We have here Leo energy, the heart. So this is something destined. I'm also getting a sense with this lamp here, you know, it's kind of like the idea of the lamp of God. In order to be together with this person, something has to be sacrificed. So we also have here the 2 of Pentacles. This is a person that is almost as if they're caught in between 2 worlds. I think this is a person that could either experiment with psychedelic drugs. This can be an artist, or this can be a person who since birth has had these out-of-body experiences. They could have had some near-death experiences. This is an individual that has been through some intense situations in their life. And when they start talking about their life, they're very shy and cautious because they are aware that people might think that they are insane. But they're not. It's just that they are an individual that is just brought into this incarnation to experience the unknowable, to tap into the world beyond the veil and tap out of it by coming back to reality and sharing the stories this person has amassed So this is definitely a person that has had some sort of either physical impediment or, you know, like maybe a disability when they were growing up that got them to see the world differently. You know how, for example, a lot of art curators believe that El Greco, a famous Spanish painter, was actually affected by a disease that messed with his capacity to see very clearly. And this is why he used to paint in these really long, elongated gray faces, because apparently his vision was impaired. But his vision being impaired led to these amazing works of art, right? So I feel this is the same with this individual. This person could have had a near-death experience, and when they came out of that, it's like right now their hearing is really sensitive, or their sight is, you know, they're able to see maybe ultraviolet light or something like that. It's like, you know how the human eye can only perceive a certain type of light. We cannot perceive the other rays because they would damage our retina. But there is this feeling that this person somehow jumped. You know, this person jumped a level, they jumped something in their sensorial perception of the world, and this is constantly providing them with information from beyond. So this is a really, really interesting individual. Oh my God, if you guys actually meet this ideal partner, let me know. I would love to be in touch with you guys. We have here as well the Fool. Yeah, I feel like this person lives almost as if today is their final day. They are keenly aware of the fact that human beings can die any second, that we are incredibly vulnerable, in spite of the fact that we create so many myths and, you know, gadgets and things around us to trick us into thinking that we are immortal, when in reality, you know, our life here on earth has a finite timeline, and this is why everything that we experience in it becomes so precious and so important. So it's important that we have a beginning in life and an ending, and this person is somehow on another level with their capacity to understand that. I feel like they also like to tempt faith. I feel like because this person is aware that they are protected by something bigger than them, yeah, they are protected by this higher force. Call it God, call it spirit, call it cosmic energy, call it Jupiter. This person is keenly aware of the fact that, hey, if I survive death, what else can I survive, you know? Or if I was born with this really weird special characteristic, what else can I do with this? How can I test myself, you know? They're not testing other people. This person would not, I'm not getting at all a negative energy from them. And the cards that I have here, no, none of them. Oh my God, I just saw a synchronicity. This is amazing. I love this. So I'll tell you in a second, but this person doesn't want to endanger other people. They want to test themselves. They want to take themselves to the limit. Very strong Sagittarius energy here, potentially with some Scorpio and some Aquarius in their chart. And of course, we had here Leo, yeah? So this person is somehow aware that they are a little bit chosen, yeah? Or something makes them stand out from the crowd. Something singles them out, whether it is a birthmark that they have, a really unique experience that they experience, whether there is some form of disability that actually turns out to become a superpower the more that they harness it. This person is out there. It is definitely a fine line walker, right? An in-between the world trekker. We have here the synchronicities that I noticed, 7 of Cups and 7 of Wands. Not only that, but we also had here Jupiter, number 7. So this person can be a life path 7, born in the 7th month of the year, which would be July, and would make them, if they're born at the beginning of July, a Cancer. If they're born at the end of July, a Leo. So by all intents and purposes, this person could be a Leo sun. They could be a life path 7, and they could have a Jupiter in Sagittarius, or they could have Jupiter in the ascendant, Jupiter conjunct their sun. There is a very strong Jupiter vibration with this person. They feel that they are loved and protected by a higher force, and they test themselves. They push themselves to the limit because they know they will be rescued. So this is a spiritual daredevil, a warrior of shadow and light. This person is really awesome. At the same time, I am drawn to the lyrics of this song, which I've just discovered 2 days ago, and I cannot stop listening to it. It is so sensual and just perfect. And the lyrics in this song are, We don't have to have everything at once. The light upon your figure is pulling on the trigger. So there is something here about the pleasures of delayed gratification. This person understands them. This person might have appeared in your life out of the blue and disappeared with a promise to come back. This is the kind of inspiration, yeah. What was that? Inspiration. This person was inspired to both enter your life and to leave your life. For a second, I had to stop to understand what was the message that was trying to come through. But it's very hard with this person to pierce what they are about because they are unknowable. And I feel like you haven't yet discovered the many layered sides of themselves. We have here 3 pyramids and these 3 markers, which fascinate me because they happen so randomly right now, you know, as I was pulling the cards. So yeah, there is something here about purity and smudginess. There is something here about potentially a twin flame connection, a person appearing out of the blue with a promise to come back as a completely changed individual. 11/11 when I looked at the recording time. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. No wonder you chose the white gummy bear because it's one of the special ones. It doesn't have a lot of color, but yet at the same time, it can be any kind of color if light shines through it, yeah? So I feel the need to end this reading here. Before you leave, please sign up for my giveaway by liking this video, subscribing, and leaving a comment down below on what you would like me to talk during the Spiritual Social podcast. Okay, guys? So you can win one of my 3 quick spreads from the Divine, which will be announced 48 hours from the publication of this video on my community tab and on Instagram. But wow, this was a really, really soothing, sweet reading. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Yeah, and I hope to see you in my next one. Hey group 3, hey my loves, I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome to a PickACard reading on the topic of your ideal partner. Keep in mind, this doesn't have to be a person that you marry. It can just be somebody that complements you very well and that you feel like you flow into. It can be somebody that you've always wondered about what kind of star sign or what kind of, you know, personality I would fit the best with. So this is for those of you that were drawn to the orange gummy bear. I have here a lot of things for you. I have a song for you. I also have some oracle cards for you, and I'm going to pull some tarot cards as well from the white Numen tarot. As I shuffle these cards, please remember to enter my giveaway for a chance to win one of my 3 card spreads. Like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below regarding what topics should I talk about in my upcoming Spiritual Social podcast. Yeah, that's coming up soon, guys, on my other channel, Spiritual Soulscapes. And I was just wondering, you know, what kind of themes would you be interested in me talking about on a more intimate, relaxed, personal level? Okay, so I have some cards here for you, but only 3 came out. Should we pull more? Oh, this is a person of few words. Okay, I'm already getting the insight. This is a person of very few words. And no wonder, because your song is The Strokes, Reptilia. Really have a listen to that song, guys. I will link it down below next to your option. You can listen to it either before or after, but I specifically chose the songs in this PickACard reading to reflect the personality of somebody that would fit very well with you, and each of the songs reflects a different type of temperament. You also have here your oracle cards. Square, challenge. Oh ho ho. This person, your ideal partner, is somebody that challenges you to be better, to grow, to give up self-sabotaging yourself. They're gonna be a little bit heavy-handed in this relationship. They might tell you things that you might not enjoy hearing, but they will tell you the truth. And I feel like you guys love and respect people that give it to you straight, in more ways than one. So let's see. The keywords for the square aspect are creates tension, a lot of tension, stalls, sounds the alarm, motivates, pressures into, frustrates, demands, struggles, reorients, hurts, works out, and reconciles. I mean, hurts is a little bit dramatic in this context, but a square is usually an aspect. When you have it in your birth chart, it creates so much tension between two planets that are at odds with each other that you need to take action to fulfill the potential of that situation. I have, for example, 5 squares in my chart, which gives me a very dynamic personality. I need to go out there and do a lot of things because my Jupiter is also in Aries, so I'm kind of fulfilling my destiny by doing that. So don't try not to see the square as something really, really nasty. It is just something that makes your relationship more dynamic. So this is a person very similar to the song I chose for you. I'm so happy that the cards confirm this. This is a person that cannot stand still. This is a person that likes to do a lot of things. This is a person that also does not take BS from anyone. This is a person that, there we go, Saturn, the truth, yeah? It's the person that gives it to you fair and square, you know? They tend to respond to situations in the same manner in which people have treated them. If you're their best friends, they're gonna be very kind to you. If you are treating them with disrespect, they're gonna disrespect you, you know? Why not? You reacted in this way, I'm going to return the favor, right? I'm hearing that whole Hebrew saying, right? An eye for an eye. That's the kind of mentality this person has. They can be a little bit pessimistic sometimes. They might not believe in the goodness or kindness of people around them. But here's where you come into place. You actually could enjoy having this kind of person around because it stimulates you to have these conversations where you are standing in your faith, you're standing in your optimism. And by having an individual that is a little bit morose or a little bit detached, or is like, I don't really believe in much, you know, you get fired up and you're like, how can you say that when there are so many things to to believe in, you know? And I think you need that. I think you need that stimulation, and that's why this person would be your ideal partner. Now, let's see what your tarot cards have to say. We're gonna get to the bottom of this, don't worry, okay? The white Numen, but it's blocked. The white Numen is a blessing. And I see here a Taurus as well. Yeah, so this person can be as stubborn as a bull, or they could behave like a bull in a china shop. They can be so blunt, it hurts. They can be so blunt, it's cringy. But at the same time, I have a feeling it will make you laugh as well. I feel like this person has some really dry remarks that, you know, you cannot but roll your eyes at them and laugh, because it's like, I cannot take you seriously right now with your nihilism and your pessimism. Please stand in the corner with a dunce hat on, you know? And I feel like you guys are gonna have this banter that's gonna be super stimulating. Yeah, I just think that, you know, this person is super sarcastic as well. If you listen to Julian Casablancas lyrics, it's this person that is like, tell us a story, I know you're not boring. You know, he makes fun of a lot of the people around him. It's like a social commentary on superficiality, right? And how people pretend that they are in a way, but actually they're in a completely different way. So like a criticism of social hypocrisy. This person is intelligent, and that's why they stand out a little bit as the outcast, as the smartass. I'm also getting some Donnie Darko kind of vibes. If you guys are familiar with the movie, it's that kind of a vibration, that kind of a character, right? So yeah, an individual that's creative, a little bit messy, highly intelligent, sometimes far too intelligent for their own good, because they tend to like put their foot in the mouth many times by just bluntly splurging out the truth, maybe when people are not prepared to hear it, or maybe when it might not be the socially required etiquette. Some situations need to be handled with more empathy and sensitivity. You know, you can't just storm into a room, declare the truth, and then, I don't know, drink a shot of vodka. I mean, this is kind of like a very rebellious attitude, and I see this person's energy here very well represented. You might need to kind of temper them down a little bit, you know? You might need to kind of wise them up, you know? And kind of tell them from time to time, aren't you projecting? Like, you know, this is a little bit like your own issues. Why are you actually arguing with other people? Well, maybe, you know, you have some unresolved traumas of your own to focus on. So I feel that, bam, Queen of Pentacles, look at this. This is the kind of attitude you're growing into next to your ideal partner. You're gonna be unfazed, you know? I mean, I feel like you're gonna be this kind of person that from time to time when you're out with your partner in society, they might say something completely ridiculous but also very clever at the same time. And you're just gonna be like sitting beautifully next to them and being like, he does that. I apologize for his character. And maybe replying something like, but he's great in bed, or I'm just getting a sense of a relationship between two air signs or two earth signs, Virgo and Capricorn, or Gemini and Libra. That kind of energy. Like, I'm also getting Sagittarius and Leo. That's the kind of vibe, You're the calm, steady, full of worth and confidence individual. And they are like the bull in the china store, a little bit childlike, incredibly intelligent, but kind of skeptic and sarcastic from time to time. And you just know exactly how to treat them. And that's why they're going to be so drawn to you. You're not intimidated. You're not fazed. You don't take what they say to heart. You understand that it can be just why am I hearing the word solipsism all of a sudden? Okay, maybe it's a solipsism, although I don't think it actually fits in this context. But, from time to time, this person can be a little bit, they can exaggerate, or they might say some things just for the sake of picking up a fight, because they need to find better ways to deal with their aggression. And they use this aggression in passive-aggressive ways through their sarcasm. And I'm getting a sense that by your side, we have here the Four of Wands, but it is blocked. By your side, this person, oh my goodness, I'm getting another thing with this card. This person will be tamed, and they're going to really enjoy the process of you taming them. Four of Wands blocked. This person is going to propose to you several times, and you're going to turn them down every time. This is so weird. I'm getting this energy of, yeah, it's like, no. Like, no. It's like, will you marry me? No. Will you marry me now? No. What do I need to do for you to marry me? Nothing. I'm just getting a sense of this kind of like really badass kind of energy coming from you, and the relationship kind of revolving around you and around the very wonderful self-worth work you've been doing before you meet your ideal partner. So there is a feeling here that, yeah, I just love this card. I love this Queen of Pentacles. There's a feeling here that you're unshakable. You're like steady as a rock, and you're providing this person with the stability that they might not have had in their life, hence the hidden aggression, hence the passive-aggressive remarks and their sarcasm. Because I feel that this person is quite passionate, but they grew up in an environment where there was a lack of consistency. Maybe they had a mother that came in and out, or a father that left, home early, or maybe one of their parents, the parent that raised them, married with a lot of different people. So there was a lot of like uncertainty and chaos in their household. So this person learned from a young age not to believe in things, not to expect much, to be a little bit pessimistic. But they're really intelligent, they're able to comment so cleverly on a lot of the things that happen in society, and you cannot help but love them for that, like you see the value in this individual even when they don't see it in themselves, because you're a person that is very good with assessing the value of objects, of people, of situations. We have here the Queen of Pentacles in Taurus, so you could potentially be a Taurus, and I feel that your counterpart can be somebody that kind of is able to stabilize that energy. So it will be somebody that is compatible with you on a sun level. So they could be, if you're a Taurus, they could be a sun in Virgo or a sun in Capricorn. If you are Queen of Pentacles here, kind of makes me think of Leo a little bit, then your counterpart will be a sun in Aries or a sun in Sagittarius. I know that the Queen of Pentacles is an earth energy, but sometimes, I don't know, the vibration of this Queen of Pentacles and my experience of going through life and working with a lot of Leo women, they tend to behave like this as well. So there is a feeling here of, you being the core and the person being a satellite that gravitates around you, protecting you, but also at the same time being a bit too blunt for their own good. This is a person with whom you will grow old with. This is a relationship that grows in time. You guys will be buddies, best friends, co-workers first, and then gradually as you get to know them and you see that child that grew up in a chaotic household, you see this individual that might chain smoke because they're incredibly anxious, and even though they say that they don't care about other people, they care a lot about how other people perceive them. And you just cannot help but, you want to cuddle them, you want to nurture them, you want to help them somehow, you know? And you want to do this because you're the strong individual in this connection. And you're very generous as well. That's kind of what I'm hearing. The Knight of Cups. Remarkably, this person is going to baffle you with how romantic they can be from time to time. Like, I feel this person is going to express their romance for you in very pragmatic ways. Like, for example, out of the blue, they're just gonna leave a bouquet of pink roses on your desk and then leave, you know, randomly. Maybe Wednesday in the afternoon they drop by your office, you know, or all of a sudden they bring you coffee in bed, you know. You just wake up on a Saturday morning, they never bring you coffee in bed on Saturday morning, bam, all of a sudden, and a breakfast alongside with it, you know. Or they're just like, you might have forgotten about your anniversary or the time when you met, and all of a sudden this person walks in the room and is like, do you remember today we were celebrating the day when I first laid eyes on you and I thought you're the most amazing person ever? Like, random, you know. And it's so out of character for them to be open, to be romantic, and to be vulnerable, that all those moments when they will be romantic and vulnerable and open, like, you know, mind-blowing stuff, they will take you by surprise, and they're really opening up instantly your heart chakra. So, you know, putting together all those beautiful moments that will spontaneously happen in the connection with this person, you're gonna have a completely different understanding of this individual than how they come across in relation to other people. And that's why some people might think, why are you with this person, you know? And you're like, you don't know him like I do, or you don't know her like I do, you know? So there is a feeling here that it's a person you'll be deeply in love with, and they'll be deeply in love with you. But they're just going to have very weird asynchronous ways of showing it. They will show you love, okay? This is not an a-hole, okay? In spite of the fact that they tend to run their mouth, in spite of the fact that they're skeptic, this person is so good at giving this social commentary because they care, because they are aware of where society needs to be improved, what things need to be done. They're sometimes even overwhelmed with all of the things that they need to be doing. I feel that this person could potentially work in a situation, in a job that requires, you know, humanitarian efforts, humanitarian belief. Potentially they might have started their own organization, or they work for an organization that has these higher ideals. So I'm getting a very strong sense that this person cares, but they just seem like they don't, you know. They have this very thick skin that was developed throughout time due to the kind of rough experiences that they had growing up. Not to justify them in any way, I'm just trying to explain to you their character, and you will be drawn towards them in any case. And there will be this, you know, push and pull, this tug of war between the two of you, which will be solved through your incredibly strong character. And I do feel that when you are not so strong, when you are overwhelmed, this person is going to open up, and that's the moment you're going to be surprised. It's like, but I thought I was the strong one, and if I'm not strong, then who's carrying this relationship? And you're going to find out that this person, exactly in those moments when you feel like you're losing strength, they open up incredibly to you, and they're so sweet and vulnerable and romantic. So yeah, wow. We have here as well the Nine of Cups. It might seem paradoxical, but this is a wish coming true for the both of you. You see these two fish. You guys could meet during Pisces season, which is the end of February, beginning of March. Potentially even, you know, on one of those remarkable days of the year when we have a leap year. Yeah, I was trying to translate the word in Romanian, which is bisect. But yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with leap year. So yeah, Nine of Cups. You're just gonna feel happy with this individual. They're gonna know all the buttons to push to make you happy. Even the fact that they come across as a smart ass from time to time, you're gonna be like, it's you, same old person, same old shenanigans. Yeah, I'm getting a very strong Boogie and Bacall kind of energy, you know, like Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, how they were together. He was slightly older than her. He had a drinking problem due to a really physically violent childhood with his father, and she took care of him, and he gave her 2 children, and they just fit. They worked, you know, and they stayed together until his death. So it's just really touching. Okay, your reading is long enough already as it is. Before you leave, please remember to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment down below to enter the giveaway on the topic of, and I keep hitting these dahlias, I'm so sorry, but on the topic of what would you like my podcast to be about? What themes and topics should I be discussing within it? And the winners for this giveaway will be announced 48 hours from the release of this video, and I'm not gonna keep you too long. Take care, bye. Hey group 4, hey my loves, welcome to another PickACard reading. This is also a giveaway as well. This is for those of you that were drawn to the red gummy bear. I have a lot of cards for you here. I have 2 oracle cards plus a song for you, and I'm going to be pulling some cards from the Lightseer's tarot for your reading. As I am doing this, I would like to remind you to please enter the giveaway for a chance to win one of the 3 quick spread from the divine readings that I can prepare for you. Like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below regarding what should I be talking about in my upcoming The Spiritual Social podcast, which will take place on my twin channel, Spiritual Soulscapes, linked down below. One of your cards fell to the ground. Give me a second, please. We're back. We have the card here. It's the 4 of Swords. I will show you the tarot cards in a second, but first I want to get into your song because there is a reason why you chose this song, and I specifically chose these songs to reflect different types of temperament, and the whole fun and magic is in trying to understand how the oracle cards fit with the song and then fit with the tarot cards. So let's get into it. Whoa, Queens of the Stone Age, the lost art of keeping a secret is your song. Whew, this person is doing some bad things that you're not aware of. No, I'm joking. This person is mysterious. This person is similar to group 2, but group 2 was much more mysterious because this person was kind of connecting with the higher worlds, the 5D, the world beyond the veil. This is more interesting in the sense that this person is heavily anchored into the material, but they like to keep a lot of the things that they're doing, thinking, feeling secret. And I'm getting a sense that the main reason why this person is ideally your counterpart is because you love to get to know somebody who is difficult to get to know. You might have the mind of a detective, and I tripped over my words, which kind of makes me feel that you might also not be comfortable with communication in the traditional verbal way. You might like to keep things for yourself too. And you're drawn to individuals that act in the same way because it's like you're seeing yourself mirrored, or you understand where they're coming from with their need to keep themselves secret and private. It might come from a need to protect yourself, but it also comes from a need of, I'm not going to be so easily manipulated if you know what I am about. While if I create the smoke screen and if I act mysteriously and not give you the information that you need, how are you going to get to me? So there is a feeling here about power games, power plays, controlling your image, especially from their side more than your side. You, my friend, I think are a detective. You like to investigate, you like to put clues together, you like to figure people out. A little bit of a Sherlock Holmes kind of mentality, you know? So let's see your oracle cards. Talk about having the mind of a detective, Mercury, communication, yeah? So your keywords are words, thoughts, analysis, information, learning, trade, ideas, smarts, reporting, awareness, vision, lens, palette, perception, curiosity, narrative, muse, and wonder. You love to wonder. You love to go on these beautiful mental adventures where you're kind of like second guessing people's natures or figuring out, is this person really who they say that they are? Let's just do some background searches. You might actually like to lurk on old friends' Facebook pages, or you might like to gather bits and data about other people beyond what they are willing to share with you. You know, you might really like to do some digging up of people's histories. You could even work in a profession for which you do this on a daily basis and you get paid for it as well, you know, data mining, for example. Or you could just be doing research or, you know, collecting facts. We also have here Neptune, sacrifice. Yeah. Okay, wow, the psychology of your ideal partner is fascinating. And I can completely, I side with you on this case because I really like complicated characters as well. They give me food for thought, and especially if you're interested in sociology, psychology, human behavior, human thought patterns, human emotions, and why do people do the things that they do, the unconscious. This person is gonna be like your most delicious homework ever, okay? This person is actually empowered when they let go of situations. They actually feel like they get control of a situation when they let it go, when they float, when they sacrifice it. They could want you so badly, it hurts every inch of their skin, and they're gonna let you go because they want to see how you're gonna react. Okay, this is really like, it's interesting. It's like, it's gonna be like a chess game being together with this person, especially at the beginning. They're gonna test you like you're signed up for an Olympic triathlon, okay? Very strong Scorpio energy, enhanced by Piscean creativity, enhanced by Gemini or Mercurial intelligence. A mastermind. This person is a mastermind. So with the Mercurial energy here, this person could have some Virgo or Gemini in their chart. As you guys know, Mercury co-rules both of the signs. We have the earthy Mercury, which is Virgo, and the airy Mercury, which is Gemini. So this is, I'm getting that this person in a past life could have been your nemesis. So a challenger, somebody that took something away from you, and now they reincarnated as a soulmate. You could work with this person. You could meet this person through work. I see here these busy bees. So there's a feeling here of working in the service of the community, doing some sort of collective work. Some of you I'm getting, you could even like get a parking ticket or something. You might need to, or like you could be fined by the court to do some community work, and that's how you meet this individual because they were in similar circumstances. But they got there because they were withholding information from the court or something like that. This is the kind of individual that gets into these kind of situations because they do not want to talk to people about what they're doing or what the people that they know are doing, okay? Yeah, for example, if this person was a spy in the World War, no, if they lived during the World War, this person would have been a spy and would have died tortured because they will not talk. So that's the kind of energy you're dealing with here. We have here the Emperor, but oh boy, will it be amazing to get to know this individual, because I'm getting a sense that the more you know about this person, the more they fascinate you. This is an individual that has a lot of money, and that's why they don't talk about it. This is an individual that has a lot of power and knows a lot of powerful men and powerful women. That's why they need to keep things secret and under lock, right? This is an individual that could dress in very kind of commonplace, shabby clothes, could drive a car that is refurbished from 1990s. You will not know that they have a lot of wealth or that they are powerful because, again, it's a game of cat and mouse. It's all about deceiving appearances. Appearances will be deceiving in this situation with this person. Four of Swords. This person is incredibly calm with their thoughts. It's like, it's so difficult to manipulate them because they are super mentally strong. The Four of Swords talks about a period of rest, but next to the Emperor, this is a person that is like, you kind of go around them and you go like, boo, and they don't have no reaction, It's like they keep their feelings so clenched, so tightly under wraps. And I think that this is something that they learned how to do. They might have grown up in an incredibly chaotic environment or with a parent that was mentally ill or was constantly emotional around them. So by consequence, they train themselves to keep their feelings under wraps. Yeah. This person could also be a psychologist or a psychiatrist as well, due to the fact that they have this kind of experience of understanding the human mind, practicing all sorts of like mind games, you know, being very aware of verbal and non-verbal communication, picking up on how people lie to them or hide things from them because they are doing it themselves. So it's like, you know, playing the player at its own game. This is also an individual that, in spite of all the wealth that they have, they still feel like they are a beginner in terms of understanding the value of things and of people. They might have struggled their whole life with certain self-worth issues, and I still think that sometimes they don't know who they are. To a certain extent, they are so mysterious because I feel a part of them will always be unknowable to them. It's like they always try to find out what lies in their unconscious because they are afraid that if somebody else finds out some things that they are not aware of from their unconscious, they could be tricked or controlled or manipulated by the other person. And this person would rather disappear from the face of the earth than to be at the control and mercy of another individual. So a leader, a fighter, a survivor, this is an individual that is on top of his game, you know, no hair out of sight, you know, trimmed physique, everything under control, you know, no button out of place, everything is coordinated, clearly orchestrated, streamlined, you know. This is an individual that wakes up at 9, and by 9:05 they've already showered, and by 9:10 they already like made 2 phone calls with really important people. By 9:20 they get into their car, by 9:30 they're at work, you know, things like that. It's like, you know, time is money. The Hanged Man. But it's also because control turns them on. They love to be in control. I feel like they shine at that. So a very strong, with the Emperor here, I mean, I know that some people interpret the Emperor as Aries. But from my experience, guys, I've met a lot of Aries people and they don't really have all their shit together. Not to be very disrespectful of Aries individuals. It's just that Aries are very creative. And because they're quite impulsive, and we love them for that, they are not as in control as maybe traditional astrology wanted them to behave or act. They are, however, very brave, and this is the energy of the Emperor. But I would say, like, when we are talking about control, Scorpio or Capricorn any day, you know, compared to Aries, because Aries have that naivety, that impulsivity, that creativity that kind of makes them come across as a little bit messy from time to time, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, for me personally, from my life experience of having met Aries, Capricorns, and Scorpios, which are 3 of the signs that usually feel very attracted to me, so they are the ones that I have most experience with, I would say that the Emperor is an embodiment of more of a Saturnine or Plutonic kind of character, with potentially some Aries in their chart. So maybe a combination of the 3 rather than just one of them. Yeah, I would go for that. The Hanged Man, a person that leaves things hanging. They leave you waiting for months, for years, just to see how are you going to react. What will you do? They are a character tester, okay? This person doesn't take anything at face value. Even if you tell them, look, I am this kind of person, even if you have your receipts, you know, even if you have photos, evidence, they'll take it, they'll consider it, and then they'll do their own testing on you. And it might feel a little bit pressurizing, you know. I can imagine, you know, from time to time you might want to rebel against this person. And those will be the moments when your true character would show up and you're completely astound them. So go ahead and be rebellious with this person. Be unpredictable, be chaotic, be messy. You're going to completely trip them up. We also have here the Knight of Pentacles. But this person will actually prove to be incredibly reliable in time. And they're going to surprise you with the, like, the candlelit dinners, the, like, they will buy you things that you need for your work as a sign of love. You know, maybe you need a new laptop. Maybe, I don't know, you need to have a sum of money to work in a space. Maybe you need to rent a space and you've been saving up money for years, but you're not getting to that point where you have your own office or your own studio, and this person will, you know, give you the keys to their studio or to an office in their building or something like that. They will facilitate things for you. And initially you might feel like, no, I don't want to take these things, but gradually you will, and they'll be super pleased that you will. And there is a game here of learning how to trust this individual, and this individual learning how to trust you, especially because they have some big trust issues. But they will feel that you are a worthy opponent. And I have a feeling that you guys, if you chose this group, you also are very good at being patient, at letting go, at letting things hang. This person might mirror some of your bad behaviors in love, right? I feel like you tend to fly away or go away with the fairies, you know, quite Piscean energy. And this person will mirror that, almost like each of you will show the other one their shadow zone, almost like a relationship where, like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, where you have your ascendant in a sign in which your partner has their 7th house. So to follow that example, because they're very famous as a couple, Meghan Markle has an ascendant in Cancer, and her 7th house, her shadow zone, is in Capricorn, while Prince Harry has his ascendant in Capricorn and his shadow zone is in Cancer, where her ascendant is. Full circle, yeah? So it's like each illuminate each other's shadow zone, but you complement one another's opportunities in life as well, if that makes sense, yeah? So opposites attract, magnetic energies being pulled together like two batteries, like moths to a flame. Oof. I'm really curious to see the conversations you guys were having, because I'm very drawn to think of that scene in 50 Shades of Grey in the first movie where they discuss the contract. That's kind of like the energy that I'm getting here, you know? Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. Okay, so that's what I had for you in terms of your ideal partner. I really hope you have enjoyed this reading. Before you go, I would like to remind you to don't forget to sign up for my giveaway for a chance to win one of my 3 quick spreads from the Divine readings. Like this video, subscribe, leave a comment down below, letting me know what topics should I discuss about in my upcoming The Spiritual Social podcast. Okay, my loves, I am sending you so much light. Ciao. Hey group 5, hey guys, I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be on a topic of your ideal partner. Now keep in mind what I said for all the other piles. This doesn't have to be somebody that you marry. You can just have a really beautiful connection with somebody that feels like a soulmate, or somebody that would be your complementary partner. It will fit all the right boxes. You just would flow into each other. Okay, so let's find out the characteristics of this person. This is for those of you that were drawn to the green gummy bear. I have a lot of things for you today. I have here 2 oracle cards with the astrological placements of your person, plus a song that is going to give you an additional clue as to how this person's character is. And I'm also going to be pulling some cards. I think I'm going to be pulling from the white Numen for your group, okay? Live shuffling these to see how they fit with already the knowledge that we have from the oracle cards and from the song, okay guys? So as I am shuffling these cards, wow, very direct. Nice energy, I'm enjoying this. Make sure to sign up for the giveaway. Yes, this reading is a giveaway for a chance to win one of my 3 card spreads. This is a quick help from the divine service I offer on my e-shop. Please like this video, subscribe, and comment down below on the topic of what should I talk about for my upcoming The Spiritual Social podcast. Yes, we're making this. I've been thinking for a very long time about creating a podcast, and you guys also inspired me to do so. This will take place on my other channel called Spiritual Soulscapes, so feel free to check that out as well. It is linked in the description box. As always, you have all the information you need down below this video. So without further ado, let's give you your song first. Alt J, Dancing in the Moonlight. You got the romantic. You got a person that will have a feeling like, you know, you're just meant for them. It's love at first sight. The moment they see you, it's like, I'm already in love with you. You know, it's like, I like you. There's something about your aura. You know, it's not necessarily about how you look, but it's about how open you seem, how open to life, to love, to experiences, how how much you radiate from the kindness of your heart, from, you know, the beautiful thoughts you're thinking about life, and how curious you are and how interested you are in everything. We also have here the second house, assets. So this person is gonna love the way you love yourself. They're gonna fall in love with how you love yourself. Might seem a lot of love going on in that sentence, but this is the energy that I'm getting, you know? The second house talks about a robust sense of self. It is the house traditionally ruled by Taurus, and it is the house of our emotional stability, where we manifest very easily material goods by aligning our thoughts to our emotions and then taking action to achieve an independent income, to earn our own money, to pay our bills on time, so that we don't have to worry about money. You just get to enjoy it. And money is that energy, right? That exchange of energy where you're able to put a price tag on your skills. The more you value yourself, the more expensive you are, so on and so forth. Or it could be that you might not value necessarily money so much, and you might want to share your skills to a wider population. So that's more of the humanitarian aspect that comes into play with your self-worth and your values. The keywords for this house are material wealth, possessions, finance, talent, values, solidity, worthiness, wardrobe, luxuries, credit score, security, and aesthetics. Yes, so second house, a relationship that started off on the best foot. And if you haven't listened to the song, it's a cover from the famous Dancing in the Moonlight song, but it's softer and it's more sensual. I really enjoy it. I hope you will too. And it's about two people, you know, meeting at the end of a party before one was supposed to take a bus back home. They decide to stay, they decide to dance, and then they get into a connection, yeah? So it's just about this feeling of you'll meet your ideal partner in a situation where you're feeling very good about yourself. You might be at a party, at a celebration, at a wedding, you know, at the baby brunch, who knows? It's a place where people celebrate, where they feel good, where there is no necessarily work being done. It's more like although, you know, the catering staff could be working, but it's more about that feeling of just coming there to a place to feel good, to let loose a little bit, to have a couple of drinks, to eat some good food, and to get to meet new people. We have here as well the Grand Trine, blessings. Yes, this person will feel like a blessing in your life. I feel that you will work yourself up to a place of stability in your life, or you already have, and then this partner appears in your life to be the cherry on top of your castle, okay? Whoop! Sorry guys, I have some purple dahlias here. They're absolutely gorgeous, and I'm sorry, but I just keep, you know, hitting them from time to time because, you know, being my ancestors are Latin, so it's like I speak with my hands, you know, like Italians do. So we have here the Grand Trine. This is, I also feel that the Grand Trine represents in this image a grand water trine, or air trine as well. The blue kind of makes me feel that this person could have a grand air trine or a grand water trine in their chart. So they could have placements in Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius that form this really beautiful flowing aspect. Or they could have placements in Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, and they form this aspect. For example, they could have a Venus in Scorpio, a Jupiter in Pisces, and a Sun in Cancer, you know, and that's the flowing trine, if the aspects match. So this person is a smooth kisser. They are a great and polite and considerate talker. Yeah, I'm just getting a sense of this individual that is a bit debonair, you know, that at the end of a party, they're dressed in a suit, you know, and they look very good and very dashing. But at the end of the party, you know, they have a glass of champagne in their hand, and maybe they untied a little bit their shirt to feel a little bit more, less constrained, right? So there's this air of relaxed poetry about them. Relax, what the... Sometimes I'm just channeling in these readings and all these like expressions come to me. So there you go, relaxed poetry in a lover. You only heard it here on the Spiritual Social. Okay guys, so need to simmer down a little bit. We have here the Six of Swords. It's a person that does not enjoy drama. You know, they don't have time for it. They don't understand what's the point of getting all, you know, caught up. What's the point of getting your panties in a twist, you know? Just untangle them. Feel relaxed. Feel happy, you know? So this person is really leaving behind a world of sorrow. I also see two cranes here, you know. Cranes are a symbol of hope. They're a symbol of new life. And it could be that they are also a symbol of fertility in certain cultures where the cranes actually announce pregnancy. So you could actually have deep fantasies of, you know, getting pregnant or having a child with your ideal partner. There is a feeling here that this individual is very materially self-assured. I am getting a sense with this one that the Emperor appeared in group 4 or 3, if I was not mistaken. But in that case, it gave me a sense of a self-made individual. In this case, I think this individual was born in a wealthy family or has an inheritance, or their parents were somebody known, or at least one of the parent was somebody known, either an author or a sculptor, a painter, an artist, or they have family that comes with a lot of responsibilities and traditions, like they're from a long line of lawyers, you know, or from a long line of civil engineers or something like that. There is a feeling here that this person's name carries a certain traditional vibration with it. It's kind of like they are known or they're famous, or yeah, they come from a specific elitist club, you know. So this person is wealthy, is from a good social background, and the money that they have is money that they need to manage more than earn. That's kind of what I'm getting. This person, I'm getting a very strong Libra vibe as well. I don't know why. So even though we have here the second house, which is the house of Taurus, I'm getting both of the signs ruled by Venus. So we have the airy Venus, Libra, and we also have the earthy Venus, Taurus. And both of them, I feel, are quite well represented here. But especially with the Six of Swords, I'm getting more Libra energy here. Yeah, this person could come from a long line of judges, you know, but I'm getting a sense that they chose a different profession. Like if their father is a judge, they chose to be an artist or a curator, you know. If their father was a medic or their mother was a medic and she's the one that is like important in the family, her name is the one that carries the family, your partner decided to become a book editor, you know, something very off the beaten track. Even though they are intelligent enough to actually work in that profession, but they decided to do something different. My little Dahlia, I'm sorry. Okay. Whoa, we have here Temperance. Temperance with the Emperor. This is a person that slowly builds their wealth, slowly builds relationships, and does not give up on them. It's a person that could have Venus conjunct their Sun. Venus is so important in their chart. It could be their chart ruler. They could have Venus in the 7th house. So this person unconsciously is not aware of how loving they come across, of how sweet they come across, of how financially abundant they come across to others, and that they do appear beautiful in the eyes of others. I think this person worries about that. This person has a kind of angelic energy around them. You see how the sun is right behind her. They really like to study. They like to educate their mind. 11-11 when I said that. So they're in this constant higher vibration of learning, you know, because when we're learning, we're tapping into that higher realm. That is Aquarius energy, the energy of heavens, concentrated air. So I am getting a sense that even though these two cards represent the sign of Aries and Sagittarius, these could be the energies that you guys might be having in your own synastry charts together, you with your ideal partner. But I'm getting more of an Aquarius and kind of Taurus vibration with these two. We also have here the 10 of Pentacles. wealth. Wealth, prosperity, having it all, a legacy, a legacy. Yeah, this person could have the planet Jupiter in their 10th house or Neptune there, in which case they will leave behind a very artistic, humanitarian, loving, emotional legacy, even a cinematic one. Neptune usually when it is parked on the ascendant, or when it is parked in the 10th house, it shows that you come from a long family of actors or directors, script writers, something related to the world of cinema and the film industry, or your partner could be working in this. So sorry, I said you come from a family, but I meant the energy of your ideal partner. Okay, so they come from this glitzy, glamorous world. You know what kind of energy I'm getting here? I'm getting the Great Gatsby a little bit, but not so taciturn and depressing as the Great Gatsby was, but more like a person that is coming from a very good environment. They're very elegant, polite, well-mannered, but they're also a little bit cheeky. They don't actually follow the rules of the family in which they grew up, and they want to be a little bit odd or different than what their parents are trying to mold this person into, without disrespecting them, so without actually having these strong arguments with their parents. It's more like, yes mom, yes dad, but I will follow my path, okay? You do you, I do me, but we're still a family and we still love each other. There isn't a sense of conflict or hidden passive aggressiveness with this person. It's very comme il faut, this is a very like jeune fille rangée or jeune homme rangé, like very orderly. Everything is very orderly, and it has the nice label in the place, and all the right, I'm getting the sense pedigree, the right pedigree, yeah. So we also have here the 7 of Cups. This person could enjoy drinking. I'm just gonna say it. They could enjoy partying, drinking. I feel like you will meet them at a party. This is an individual that enjoys a good life, They enjoy the old-fashioned word of that saying, soirees, like when you organize a get-together, a dinner party, right? Would be the more modern word for it. But you do fun things as well. You play board games, you have tarot seances, or you bring together a group of intellectuals that engage in a really lively debate, or a group of artists, to pick their brains regarding the newest trends in art, or, just people that are very original and unique and forward thinkers, So this is the kind of individual they like to have together, a group of highly unique people, creative, politically concerned, socially aware, This person could have been a royal in a past life as well, and they bring this legacy with them in this incarnation as well. Yeah, so have a listen to the song, please. It will give you further details regarding your ideal partner's character. I am seeing overall here the signs of Venus and Libra, but I do see here Sagittarius and Aries as well, as you saw it earlier. Wealthy individual, very stable, from a good family with a good pedigree, with a great name attached to their legacy, but also an individual that likes to be a little bit rebellious, like a little bit, not too much. Yeah, so that was the reading that I had for you. Before you leave, I'd like to remind you to please sign up for the giveaway. I want to give you one of my 3 quick spreads from the divine readings. Like this video, subscribe, leave a comment down below. What should be the topics of my spiritual social podcast, which is coming up soon. As soon as I get a new moon energy, I can launch it, because as you guys know, I work with the energy of lunar cycles, and so should you. It helps with manifestation and alignment, so why not? Okay, my loves, I really hope you've enjoyed this reading and this video overall. I'm sending you massive amounts of light,